Deforestation of the Amazon has soared under cover of the coronavirus.
Here's a summary of the article.
The Brazilian Climate Observatory said the deforestation was conducted in a hotspot for illegal deforestation, though NBC News could not confirm if the deforestation found in the images was illegal. As Brazil comes to terms with a mounting death toll and its status as one of the new global epicenters of the coronavirus struggle, efforts to combat deforestation have been complicated by a depleted workforce at its main environmental protection agency, the Brazilian Institute of Environment and Renewable Natural Resources, according to environmentalists and one of its former heads. Sully Arrayo, who resigned as head of Obama last year in protest against Bolsonaro's attacks on the agency, detailed a culture of interference and harassment from the central government as she sounded the alarm at the latest move to transfer power over environmental operations in the Amazon to the military. Environmental inspection is much more sophisticated than putting men on the field, she said. The Bolsonaro administration has previously rejected criticism of its environmental record, insisting it is committed to conservation. The situation could soon deteriorate further, with a pandemic-induced recession potentially incentivizing deforestation and the Bolsonaro administration still attempting to push new laws through Congress, which environmentalists say would weaken safeguards against the incursion into indigenous lands. Reflecting on what he described as the perfect storm of environmental, health and political threats looming over the Amazon, Guimarães said, "It was urgent last year. This year is urgent multiplied by sevenfold. We have to stop the deforestation in the Amazon now. Now. Not yesterday. Not tomorrow, not the day after tomorrow. Now."
This post received a score of 10,000, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
It makes me wonder what else is going on that isn't making the news while we're all distracted by COVID-19.
I think China likes that we aren't talking about those protests anymore and now it's a global issue that's out there.
Or the tens of thousands of Uyghurs missing or in labor camps.
Or the thousands of kids the US is keeping in camps. Haven't heard a lick of that since this hit.
Except that COVID has been found in the ICE camps.
So it is as bad as I thought.
It's probably worse.
What's the reason for all of this new deforestation? Specifically, what demand from the world is this serving?
Beef.
Yeah, after I use up the last thing of ground beef in the freezer, that's it. Not buying any more.
Me too. No more meat. Fish, maybe. Salmon. But I refuse to contribute to this shit. I think what a lot of people miss in calling for things like saving the rainforest, and otherwise general environmentalism, is that if you don't make an effort to improve poverty along with it, it's going to be near impossible to convince people not to extract whatever value they can from the environment.
That is the ultimate issue. There are too many of us and we want too much. Bringing people out of poverty actually makes them consume more, increasing demand on natural resources. So that is a non-solution.
Consume more what? We're talking about Amazon deforestation, which is for beef production. Does taking someone out of poverty make them consume more beef? No. Do we have to give them more beef for them to be out of poverty? No. It will involve them consuming food, sure, and housing, and medical services. When people family plan, the population stops growing. When the population stops growing, our resource consumption can stop growing. Well, to be fair, getting people out of poverty does make them consume more beef. In recent years, the expansion in the production of soybeans was primarily driven by China's rising middle-class demand of beef and indirectly, soy, which is used to feed the livestock. Now, that's not inevitable. Building a car meant that BC of the higher speeds your face got stuffed with bugs and debris. We didn't abandon the idea, we just built them with a windshield. We need to get people out of poverty and at the same time limit the consumption rate of those of us who are already affluent.
It just seems like bad business to irreparably destroy the world. Even if you have the means to escape climate change. Resources run dry, even in a billion-dollar bunker. New diseases will arise, even in a billion-dollar bunker. People will refuse to do what you want, even under threat of death. Why not find a solution you can profit from continuously that doesn't end with everything dead? It's like cutting out your lungs for something to eat while having a stocked pantry.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.